We should be live. All right, Shalom, Akim, GMS Louisiana Saints, GMS New Orleans. Coming back at you with another quick Shabbat lesson. As always, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shem. Honor to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings and salutations once again to the hopeful elect. All right, and this particular lesson is going to preferably be on the times that we're in for as this wicked ass day coming up tomorrow, so-called Thanksgiving, which there wasn't no Thanksgiving that this devil was giving out. This devil was giving out death and destruction to the Native Americans, which are our brothers and our sisters, all right, and the Seminole Indians, all right. So we're gonna get on this devil ass, man, and bring out some of the crimes of this devil, man, and also get on the time that we're in now, because, like I say, from the time we was coming up as young men, young boys, to the time now, you can see that the thrill is gone here. Every time there's a so-called holiday roll around, it's dead as hell. I went in a grocery store today, all right, and all the shit that you would usually get last night, I went last night, to tell you the truth, and all the stuff you usually get, the turkey bullshit, is all packed up. Ain't nobody buying shit, man. All right, all the bread, all the fucking Hawaiian rolls are still there. All right, ain't nothing. They ain't got a goddamn thing because everybody broke, man. Okay, the thrill is gone here in America. That old times they would have. Your bald head cousin would come down from Chicago. All right, your nappy head auntie would come her nasty ass down from wherever she comes from, and they will come at your house, like your brother said earlier. The nigga in the front, what y'all say earlier? The nigga in the front room will be mad, right? Because everybody that came in from out of town, and they're gonna use the front room to have Thanksgiving. That's where he sleep at. So that nigga will be mad. All right, those times over with, man. Those times over. You don't see that shit going on no more, man. All that hunky dory family niggas got on the ugly sweaters and shit. All right, the big blue jeans. You don't see that shit going on no more, man. Those days are dead. All right, all that old big ass turkey with the pineapples and the little cherries with the toothpick in them. Them days is gone, man. All right, the thrill is gone here in America. All right, but we're gonna get on these goddamn devils, man, and show how they came over here and slaughtered our brothers, man. All right, we're really gonna go wherever the spirit allows, man. So y'all brothers can get into some of them articles. We're gonna get these scriptures and back them up. All right. Yeah, whoever want to go.
I got something real quick, just like a little paragraph, kind of start things off.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is dealing with the Gadites, or the so-called Native Americans in North America, and this took place in 1864. On November 29th, 750 Colorado volunteers of the 3rd Colorado Cavalry, under the command of Colonel John Shivington, a Methodist pastor, so a so-called good God-fearing Christian, attacked a Cheyenne and Arapaho village at Arapaho. The soldiers scalped the victims, then sliced off women's breasts, cut out their vaginas, cut the testicles from the men, cut off fingers, raped dead women in relays, so they were making a game out of it, doing it one after another, and used baby toddlers as target practice. 163 Indians, Gadites, were killed. 110 of them were women and children.
And we talking about the same so-called white man that established America. Ain't nothing changed. All right, he's still the same old guy, man. That's why the scripture tell you never trust our enemies. Right now, and what happened with Gad trusted their enemies, man. You helped them survive the winter. You helped them in many other things to be civilized. All right, and what they do, how they paid our brothers back. Right?
Americans, man.
Slaughtered them in great numbers, man. And these are the accounts of these devils. All right, and you got these. And I don't even think Jake can really get to do it But you got these jakes out here getting ready to tomorrow to eat that bullshit, man. To hold hands and pray to sweet Jesus and the start of the damn the meal, all right? And they're gonna do this all in the name of sweet Jesus. Which that's what those devils came over here preaching. Sweet Jesus. While they were slaughtering and taking the land. All right? And give me that Zechariah. That the scripture Zechariah what it is. Zechariah right here by Zechariah 11:5. Somebody hold that on deck too. Bring that out.
I got it.
Oh, go ahead. Bring it up.
All right, it's Zechariah 11 verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pay them not.
Yeah, and then the point is, he said, who oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. These devils still don't hold themselves guilty to what they did going back to the Native Americans, how this land was established. Oh, that was so long ago. Some of them even tries to decorate themselves as being Native Americans. All right, you go your Edomite asses to the powwows. All right, you dress up in Native American garb. You're talking about you got a 3% Native American card. You 3% Native American, man. I could piss that out. 3%. All right, you damn devils are gonna get paid back for what you done to our brothers too. Give me that in Genesis too about Gad. Genesis, all right, the 49th chapter, when it goes into Gad is going to overcome in the end. All right, somebody get that for me.
You mind if I make a point real quick?
Got it.
Hold up real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
It's
that.
Genesis 49 and 19. It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Right. What troop it was? All right. What troop that was that overcame Gad? The North American cavalry, man. They overcame Gad by taking them down. All right, and taking his land by force, man. The force of the sword. But it says what it says to the end of that verse.
It says, but he shall overcome at the last.
You hear that? It said, but he shall overcome at the last, because ultimately Gad is gonna possess you damn devils as servants and handmaids, man. Gad is gonna, the Lord gonna put that wild spirit on Gad too in the end times, man, to get you devils back. All them Gadites that you got up there in North Dakota, the Montanas, all right, all up there, through up there in the Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, the Canadas, man. The Lord put a spirit on them, man, to get back in that old ancient spirit of scalping you devils, man. Getting up close and personal with you, man. Which they will. Right? When this society breaks down, the Lord will put them back in that old ancient spirit, man. Because like I said, those are the people of the Lord too. They possess the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. They are spiritual people, man. When you really deal with them. You look at, case in point, I'm gonna go to the nearest person I know. When you deal with Apostle Rakar, very spiritual man, all right, very spiritual, all right, very very wholesome, beautiful spirit, man. He's like dealing with your uncle. He Jake all the way, man. All right, you can see it. That's a Jake, man. All right, and then like I say, he's gonna get his just rewards off the devils, man. In the end. Y'all better bring our scriptures out and bring some more of those accounts out what these devils done. Baba Gashah.
I got another one of them accounts for you.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah, go ahead, Kashab.
Yeah, this is I just dropped down a paragraph from that atlascorpse.org, the real story of Thanksgiving. It says in 1637 near present-day Connecticut, over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered their annual Green Corn Festival, which is their Thanksgiving celebration In the pre-dawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by English and Dutch mercenaries who ordered them to come outside. Those who came out were shot or clubbed to death, while the terrified women and children who huddled inside the longhouse were burned alive. The next day, the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children had been murdered.
There you go, man. And these are the same devils that you trust, man. Right? A lot of you niggas out there, a lot of you tontos, all right, you goddamn spicks, and you niggas out there, you still trust this same devil, man. Right? And like I say, you so much you love those so-called white man, and like I say, his trial is finna come up, man. His reign of terror. We're going into this is why we call you the devil, man. This is why we call you who you is. And this is another account of the reign of terror that he allowed to do. He was allowed to do by the Most High here in America, man. Really throughout the world, right? Now, see, he was set up to be the sword, but like I said, Esau also took it too far. All right, this is what Snoop Dogg and all them other niggas want to forget. All right, oh, that nigga say, I don't want to see another slave movie. I don't want to see another movie going into this. This is the history. You have to know, in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you come from in your history and what happened to you. All right, you should never forget this. All right, we have brothers amongst us a part of those tribes, man. Them men have woken up to their nationality. Yes, if you are Native American descent, call yourself a so-called American, you're an Israelite, man. By blood, by covenant. All right? Go ahead, y'all brothers bring out what y'all got. I know y'all holding.
Push off, if you could read, can you see 2 paragraphs down?
I was going where it says the killings became more and more frenzied. Yeah, I was gonna read that. It
I
says
got it on the screen too, if you want to share it.
Oh, okay. There we go. You gotta zoom in some so they can see.
All right, it says the killings became more and more frenzied, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre. George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre. Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota.
Sioux. That's a devil. And you see they deleted the video off YouTube. Like the brothers are just going into, they scraping, they trying to make, the prophet's making Esau bare, so he's trying to cover his tracks, but it's way too much murder for him to cover up, man.
Hey, get that in get that we just went into get that Ezekiel 35:5, man. All right. These devils, like I said, these devils are blood driven, man. This is why you devils ain't never keep not one treaty that you ever agreed with the Native American. You haven't kept one.
Hey, brother, if you could go back up to that pile of skulls,
Yeah, man, look at that shit,
man. Shot, brother. Hey, yo, Edom.
Go ahead.
If I could say, man, Edom pretty much killed every bison, all right, that was in a line of sights, man. Pretty much to starve out the so-called Native Americans, all right, which are Gadites. They couldn't beat them, all right, in a face-to-face battle, so they resorted to starving them out, man. Okay, that's millions of skulls. All right, and when you look up if you look up at the top, you can see a Edomite standing up at the top, man. Just look at the scale of size. You know, who knows how far back those skulls stretch forth? All right, this man, like the elder was going into, this man is blood driven, bro. This shit boiling my blood just kind of looking at this, man. Y'all, you got it, elder Salaki, bro.
Yeah, get that Ezekiel real fast.
I got it. This is Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
You see, that's the point. It says, sin that thou hatest. Basically, you don't hate blood or shedding blood, or blood gonna pursue you. All right, and this devil has a lot of blood in his hand, man. All right, this devil got his hatred for us really goes back to the. We keep telling you that you brothers, you sincere sisters. The reason why you ever wonder why there's so much hatred between the so-called blacks, so-called whites, all right, throughout the world, because it's a long, drawn-out thing going back to the birthright, really going back to Cain and Abel, man. All right, these devils been having blood in their hands, man, going back to their forefathers to this present day. That's why it's something hardwired in them to hate you. They don't even know why they hate you. They just hate you, man. They hate you, Native Americans. Look at that, man. Look how they got you on those reservations. You drunk out your goddamn minds. You on the bottles. A lot of you on drugs. A lot of you do meth. All right, look at that, man. You know, that guy missing a lower part of his knee, lower part of his leg, man. A lot of you Native American women in the last 5 years, you've been all up there in the North Dakotas and shit. You've been come up missing. Hundreds of you, man. The devil putting you in sex trafficking and shit. These are the things that are coming out. Who's behind it? Esau, so-called white people, man. All right. Look at that.
Salak. So I got a precept for y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is John 10:10. Red letters, Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Right. Did not Christopher Cue Ball or Christopher Columbus, did he not come to kill, steal, and destroy? Yes, he did. Right. With him, his English, Dutch, Spanish counterparts, they came here to kill, steal, and destroy, man. And they did that. All right, through the power of Yahweh Shai for our disobedience, he allowed it to happen. And this is what this devil done. His devil set up the Trail of Tears, he set up different back then concentration camps. One of them down here that's sinking in the water called Fort Peak or something like that. Fort Pipe or some shit. It's sinking in the water down between New Orleans and Slidell. It's an old concentration camp where he made Gad walk from the Floridas, because back in the day, Louisiana was considered Florida back in the day. When you look at the ridge line of how Florida goes from Miami to what you see stretching across towards Louisiana, you see that straight line. Well, that straight line all used to connect to Louisiana. So this was considered Florida back in the day. All right. And what he did, he made you walk from central Florida all the way to Louisiana. The first stop was Fort Peak. If you can, Amawad, can you put it up on the computer? It's Fort Peak. I think it's Peak. It's in Slidell.
Yeah, I'll look for it. You know how to spell?
I can give it to you.
Is it Pike?
Yeah, I think you mean Pike.
Pike, yeah.
It's a lot of pike in Slidell.
Yeah, it's Pike. Fort Pike. It look like a It like an old castle.
I'm looking for it.
Shit, what's a pike but pretty much a spearhead?
Yeah, this was the first stop of what that guy name is Thomas Jefferson. This was the first stop he brought you to, man. All right, and it was around some of the same time in those winter months when it was real cold. I believe around the time of Trail of Tears it was fucking brick cold, man. You walk from the Floridas to the Oklahomas, man. A lot of people died on the way. And when you go up back in the day when you was able to go walk in this place right here, hey, go down in that picture right there, right there. You go in some of those rooms, they had shackles on the grounds and to the walls, man. That's how they had you Native Americans shackled up. I'm gonna say this too. A lot of you so-called Negroes were caught up in there too, man, because they considered Indians back in the day black Indians. So a lot of you Jakes was getting caught up in that too. Right? Go hit that picture right there. Go up. Go over. So you go down. That picture. Look how they had you. They had you packed in there like sardines too, man. Those little holes. Those are actual different rooms. And I said you had shackles against the walls and then on the floors, man. These also it's the same way. I remember back in the day, Barack Obama went to I think it was Cape Cod over there on the west coast of Africa. That's how they had you Negroes in those same rooms like that, man. Sure, you this whole thing was orchestrated. It's always planned out by the elites. All right. If anybody got a scriptures, bring it out. You know.
Hey,
I got
Salaki,
something for you.
if I'm not mistaken, real quick, you said Thomas Jefferson. You meant Andrew Jackson
Yeah,
with
Andrew
the Trail of Tears. Yeah,
Andrew
just
Jackson.
correct it.
Yeah, Salaki.
Hey,
Going fast. Andrew Jackson.
if I could speak on that Andrew Jackson situation, I recently worked at a job site over at the Jackson Barracks, which is pretty much a National Guard base. All right. And as we were digging up the ground, they found an actual burial site. All right, that the Jackson Barracks was built on top of the Trail of Tears. All right. And when you go into the history of what the Trail of Tears, went through, the Jackson Barracks was built directly on top of the actual battleground, you know. But I had a precept for you too, brother.
God.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 14, and I get straight to the point, verse 7. It says, "And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness." And pretty much going into how when Esau first came over here, he came with blankets and different quilts and things of that nature, which was riddled with am I not saying it right? Smallpox.
Right.
It was riddled with smallpox. Pretty much to take those people out. The Native Americans, they knew the Native Americans were here. And they like it says, it showed their wickedness at the last end. You got it out.
God. Y'all brother got the more I think Kushab, you read your account, right? I think Rod, you had one, right?
Khan. Yeah, this is dealing with the so-called Latin tribes, also of the Northern Kingdom, because the so-called Native American Indians who are Gad of the Northern Kingdom, as well as your so-called Hispanics in Central South America and in the islands, along with some of the Southern Kingdom. They all Jakes too, and we can't forget that because you got a lot of these BOIs of black only Israelites that try to don't want to acknowledge the Northern Kingdom. When you look at historical accounts, they clearly went through the exact same thing the so-called Negroes went through. They went through slavery as well, rape, robbery, murder, all that. But this is from a book called Lost Tribes and Promised Lands by Ronald Sanders. And it's on page 131 in the chapter Isles Far Off. Although Peter's estimate of the original size of the population of Hispaniola, or even all of the West Indian islands colonized by then, and so those islands in the Bahamas and the West Indies, which again, hey, has the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom in there, is exaggerated. He has placed his finger quite accurately upon the process that Bartholomew de las Casas later would call the destruction of the Indies. In some places, the indigenous population was to disappear entirely, but the grape of Peter's noble savage did not stop with the mere abuse of the encomienda. There also were so-called Indians whom the more rapacious colonists could treat unqualifiedly as slaves, and this speaking of Spaniard Edomites, and against them anything was permitted. Sound familiar to the Southern Kingdom? These came from the islands that, not having yet been colonized, were therefore not yet subject to the fiction that their inhabitants were free under Spanish law. Slave raiding, which became increasingly popular as the Indians of the colonized islands died off under the abuses of the encomienda, seemed to find its most fertile source of supply in the Bahamas, which were known to the early Spanish colonists as the Lucayos. Peter Martyr wrote of this scene of Columbus's first encounter with a golden world. It is stated that these islands formerly abounded in various products, which constituted their riches. And what does Puerto Rico mean? The Puerto riches, the Puerto rich people. I say formerly, for they are now deserted. The reason for this is that large numbers of the wretched islanders were transported to the gold mines of Hispaniola and Fernandina, or Cuba, which the Northern Kingdom of the Manassites, who the so-called Cubans were at, the Taino Indians. When the native inhabitants there were exterminated, exhausted by disease and famine, as well as by excessive labor, 1,200,000 of them disappeared. Most of them died like the natives of Cuba and Hispaniola before them, many not even surviving the dreadful conditions of the slave ships onto which they were crammed unmercifully. Las Casas later wrote that a ship could easily have sailed from the Lucayos to Hispaniola without a compass or chart, guiding itself solely by the trail of dead Indians who had been thrown up from the ships. So hey, that just goes to show, hey, the Northern Kingdom, and they were sold on the slave ships and were sold into slavery, and they were raped, robbed, and murdered as much as the Southern Kingdom was, so much that those ships in the islands could navigate just from the trail of dead bodies of the Northern Kingdom that was thrown off the ships. And what does that sound like? The Southern Kingdoms coming from the west coast of Africa, and the sharks that still follow those same routes today because of all the dead Southern Kingdom or alive Southern Kingdom that threw overboard on their way to the Americas.
Hey, one of y'all brothers take over. I gotta reset my phone because I'm choppy as hell watching it on a thing. I'm choppy. So let me go in and come back out.
Yeah, I have this article here. 15 brutal ways conquistadors kill native people. And I'm gonna read all of it, but it's madness, man. It says they vowed to spare an Inca ruler, which that's the Northern Kingdom. The Incas and the Mayas are the Northern Kingdom of Israel. Along with Gad, you had Zebulon, all the tribes, man. They vowed to spare an Inca ruler for converting to Christianity, then ended him anyway, which this man makes deals. He broke over 400 treaties with the so-called natives, man.
I got that right now. I'm looking at that right now.
Come on, you got it.
That's 500 treaties. Don't leave the 100 off.
Oh, it's 500? Oh, my bad.
It's 500. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, you had something you want to read? Or?
I was just going to give a little quick brief timeline on which it just was the spirit you kind of, just from 1778 to 1871, which is nearly 100 years. More than 500 treaties with the Native American tribes. All of these treaties have since been violated in some way or outright broken by the U.S. government. In some way.
I got a precept unless you had a point you wanted to make, Kaya.
Nah, just to speak, it's just been a brutal timeline in which these people have broken have violated the Native Americans, and not only, during the Trail of Tears where they was pushed up to Oklahoma, now they're on reservations, far in the northeast, far west, the Dakotas. All right, these people still haven't considered the lives of families which these people abuse, man. The heinous crimes that they have committed against our brothers, man. All right, but the Lord have saw it all. All right, and our brothers' blood cried from the ground. A lot of this land is covered with our Native American brothers' blood, along with you Southern Kingdom Jakes as well, man. Because a lot of y'all, a lot of Jakes, like y'all cannot say, was mixed in that, man. In those wars and different things that they had with the, of course they had Gad, all right, but at time our brothers was here too, man. So the end of the day, man, they have touched all the Lord's people, man. And the Lord haven't forgotten it. Go, you got it, right.
Kind of just to back up how every treaty these Edomites made with the so-called Native American Indians, Gad, the Seminole Indians, any of our brothers, they broke, and that's just the nature of the serpent, goddamn devil. This is Psalms 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Think about when those pilgrims came over and the Gadites helped them out, helped them to cultivate the land and build shelters so they didn't starve to death or even cannibalize their dead, which those pilgrims did because they didn't know how to grow food. He hath broken his covenant, every peace treaty that they made with the so-called Native Americans. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Hey, we're going to give you this land, put you on these reservations and all that. But then when they find that there's gold on the land, what do? They make war against Gad and push him into even smaller reservation. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Hey, and if I could say this as well to add to you, brother, the Native Americans we still have families going to trial, quietly, secretly, man, for the rights to their treaties, man. Which this is being kept undercover, man. Like it's not being mentioned in your local news, stations and things like that, man. But we still have families of our people fighting for it, man, which is going unnoticed, but at the end of the day, those people our people haven't given up on that, man. You got to do, bro.
And I must say this too. That's despite a lot of you Native Americans, you done took treaties with this devil and got you some damn casinos.
Facts.
And all type of other different resorts and shit. You didn't open up. Hey man, you done received your consolation, man. You're gonna go out with this devil. All right? Because there's still a lot of you sell out. Because with all of the tribes, man, they have men that sold out, man. All right? And go to Issachar, you have men. General San Ann, they had men that sold them out. Just like with Jake. Jake got a lot of sellouts amongst them, amongst Judah, Benjamin. and Levi, man. This is a bunch of sellouts, man. So the same thing happened with a lot of you Northern Kingdom, man. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of sellouts, man. Niggas, a lot of you Native Americans, a lot of you were selling out just to have suits like the teacher though, to dress like them, cut your hair like they're cutting your hair like them. You went from looking like, all right, you went to looking like Native Americans, you know, having the feathers, the beautiful feathers, and the different the garments with the fringes to start looking like Americans, man. Looking like you are the cavalry, man. Right? This is what happened to our people.
They have trimmed their ways to seek love, Yagana.
Yeah. Give me always bring it out. It's Psalm 106. Psalm 106 and 34.
Psalms 106, you
My
say?
bad. 106 and 30, 34 and 35.
It says, they did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
Yeah, you learned their works, man. You started to become just like them. You're not actually hating them, man. You actually started loving. That's why we say it all the time. A lot of you so-called Northern Kingdoms, a lot of you Southern Kingdom, you have Stockholm syndrome, man. You love your oppressor. You love the ones that are actually kicking you in your ass, man. And doing these very things that these brothers bringing out. All right, 15 brutal ways the conquistadors killed the native people. Hey, it don't phase you. All right. That's why you best believe you're gonna have a Native American, actual Native American tomorrow celebrating Thanksgiving, man. Somewhere, somehow, somewhere, if we could actually be a fly on the wall somewhere in one of their homes, you best believe they're doing it, man.
Oh,
Just as Ephraim, Issachar, they're doing it. Jake, the Judites, they're doing it, man. Not understanding the not understanding what this day represents. All right, fuck it, no, yo, I just want me some cornbread. I just want me some stuffing, some turkey, man. There's a meaning. I wish I could find. It was an actual article that went into the meaning of those different foods, man. I wish I could. I wish I could have. This is probably on my other computer. But I wish I could bring this this article out, man. It'll blow your mind of the real meaning of Thanksgiving. Now we used to sit up there as kids and have the little turkeys and dress up like the pilgrims and shit. But it's a meaning behind all this shit, man. Esau always have meaning behind symbolism behind what he do. This particular article, I wish like I said, Bible, Salaki, I wish I could actually have it, but Esau really been scrubbing the internet and taking a lot of things off that exposes him, man. Right? But y'all got another account?
they got more. They got more in that precept you brought out, and then I was gonna get one for you real quick. All
right, go ahead.
This Hosea 7 and 8. It says, Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth it not. But you said, because they serving idols, which of course Ephraim, the Northern Kingdom, but it says Psalms 106 and 36, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them, which you were saying. Yea,
the main idol really didn't make the white man an idol, man. He's become an idol.
All
right. The so-called white man himself, all right, the Edomites themselves have become an idol to our people, man. And they worship him. They want to dress like him. Look at this case in point. Look at our women across the board from the northern kingdom to the southern kingdom. They get the blonde hair. All right, they get the blue eyes. They get the blue eye contacts and shit. They try to dress like the white woman. They act like the white woman. Right. Look at our men. As soon as one of our men get with a woman of another nation, preferably Edom, what they do? Them niggas lose their soul, man.
And see that next.
Go ahead, bro.
Yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Hey, there you go, man. This is the same reason why our ancient forefather Tobit used to get mad about you niggas allowing your daughters to get with the devil, man. And like I said, really a lot of you women today, you sleep with the oppressor willingly. Back then, this nigga used to come in and take the box, man. Kill your husband, take the box, kill your kids, say your kids off, and rape you. All right. Now you willing to give it to the white man. Look at what's her name? With them big ass eyebrows. Serena Williams, man. Look at her. Back then she was all black power for the people. Her and her daddy. Now look at her, man.
She got with an Amalekite at that.
Yeah.
Scum of the earth.
And brought forth a terror, man. This is what's going on. But when you go look at the old pictures of her that used to have the black and red green beads in their head, Mother Africa, our people shit, then look what they go do. They lay down with the devil, man. They get it. Read that again, Bob Shah.
It says, thus, it's a lot here. It's 36. It says it's 37. It says, yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Yeah. Well, letting them get with those devils, letting them marry those devils, man. Have kids with those devils, man. All right. This is what happened because it's gonna change when you get with those other nations, they're gonna change your heart, man.
Say that.
See, we keep it like my man Slim said, man. When it comes to the Edomites, man, what he said,
Instantly.
Yeah, they ain't nothing but some freak shows, man. All right, and you keep it that way. You don't marry these devils, man. You really don't even want to deal with those devils, man. All right, but hey, things happen. But these, like I say, when it comes to I don't know what the hell wrong with you Native Americans, man. A lot of you need to get up off your ass and wake up, man. You need to come back to understanding who you are. And and I'm gonna say this too, because you didn't have some families that came out there and watch us, man. All right, beautiful, father and son, beautiful brothers, man. The father and son, you had a lot of I highly believe they were very sincere Native American women. And they said, I'm gonna take the videos or take us preaching and bring it back to the rest of them, man. And Lord will it reach the ears of the elect, man. That's all we give a damn about. Those that understand and want to come back to their nationality, man. Understand what these devils have done. This still the same devil, man.
Hey.
The scripture in Revelation said that this is the same old serpent, the same devil, man. Ain't nothing changed with this dude, man. What you about to say?
Yeah, I would say that a lot of the Native Americans, they do, understand the history and what has happened to them and their families. But a lot of them, are powerless because they really haven't surrendered to the will of the Lord. They want to take matters into their own hand, or like you say, go to these courts and try to battle these people out through the judicial system or different things like that. They haven't found the way back to the Lord, man. And understand that it's the Lord that's going to actually get the revenge in the end, because vengeance belongs to the Lord. But like you say, they're powerless because, again, they're all about unity and family, man. But they haven't found that real unity, which is Yahweh Shai. So they're going to remain powerless until the Lord, come back. You got it.
Anybody got any scriptures you want to bring out?
I got an article for you, real quick.
All right, let the article roll. We want to be out in a couple of minutes.
Con. Just backing up the just the reminder of the wickedness of what they used to do or what they still do. This is from globaltimes.cn, titled "Mass Killings, Forced Assimilation, Modern Racism," U.S. crimes against the indigenous people most horrifying in human history. It says, since its founding, the U.S. has systematically deprived American Indians of their right to life, basic political, economic, cultural rights through massacres, displacements, and forced assimilation in an attempt to physically and spiritually eradicate the group. Even today, American Indians face a series of crisis survival. As the Foreign Policies magazines commented, the crimes against the Native Americans are fully consistent with the definition of genocide under current international law, making it one of the most horrifying tragedies in human history and one that should never be forgotten. But the next paragraph is, it don't say who it's quoted by, but it says mass killings. The only good Indians are dead Indians. And
You know
to
who
get
said that? That was a Edomite said that.
definitely.
You know, that's why we say the same thing about you devils. Only good devils are dead Edomite, man. The hell with you. Like I said, you devils gonna get paid back, boy. I'm talking about in the worst way, man. All right, when your how about y'all shy fully raised up to 144,000, man, we gonna get you devils, man. All right? And you best believe, you know, like I said, man, Gad is gonna get his revenge, man. All right, them same similar Indians that you, because Simeon really was the one. Just down there in Florida, them similar Indians, they really wasn't fucking with you, man. They was like the last to really cave in to you devils, right? They gonna get their payback to you, man. All right, all throughout the Floridas, because like I said, at one particular time before this man was here and it was allowed to establish this damn system. All right, it was a very flowing, beautiful paradise down there, man. And look at it now, man. It's down there, brown, black water here, trash. All right, bug outs, you name it, man. Roaches. It's nothing beautiful here in America, man. Niggas always get some money and think man, these niggas is crazy, man. I got a cousin like that. This nigga was you'll think he going to goddamn to buy somewhere. This nigga only going to Las Vegas and think he really made it in the world, man. Ain't nothing pretty here in America, man. This shit is a dump. New Orleans is a dump. All right. Yes, I'm talking about New Orleans, man. Every time I think about that, I think about this little feminine homo. All right, popping up, man. Right, this nigga look like he's the long lost member. All right, of what they call them dudes? Well, Jam Master Jay and them, man. This nigga. But yeah, man, ain't nothing beautiful here about this place, man. Look at how they got our people living. We're in the slums. We on the reservations. I mean, all messed up, man. Look at that. Go back up on that picture. That was our women back then, man. That was our women back then, man. They were beautiful.
Just totally destroyed now.
Yeah.
That's what Esau do.
Got the can. I jumped past the can. Got the whole can in his hand. Look, in our hand, man. If there's a woman.
Yeah, look like a. No, I can't tell.
That's another thing.
Big man. That's big man.
And then the one up there with the baby. Fast forward today, she might look like Tatiana, man. It's wild out.
Yeah.
This is what they've done. This is the works of the so-called white man. Look at the door, man. Look how they got our people living. It looks the same way with Judah. Same way with Benjamin. Same way with Levi. All right? And Levi, they're living worse than all the tribes, man, because Levi once put a foot to these devil's ass back then, man. He still got that same hatred for them to this day, calling them the people of hell, man. All right, but look at Gad. Gad is in hell, man. This is a living condition. This is hell. Okay. Now, if you look at it, that's why it says Jacob thy worm. Look at that. That man has no fight in us, man. Right? Only through this word, spiritually, we have fight. We're fighting now, man, a spiritual battle. Right? Only one. His name Yahweh Shai is gonna come back to bring that physical battle first, man, to these devils. You see? Time. All right, everybody. Maybe I brought that one out. Anybody had anything else? We better get out of here.
I got a little bit more, Baba Gasha.
John got a pre for you too.
I just want to go through this real quick. Not actually read them, but just browse through.
Con.
Yeah, it says they gathered Aztec nobles in a courtyard, then killed them all. They fed native people to dogs.
What they said? They fed what?
Gadites to dogs.
Hey, they fed Gadites to dogs, man. Used to chop them up, all right, and use them as dog food, man. These are the same devils. Ain't nothing changed, man.
It says they devised a way to hang Gadites and burn them alive simultaneously.
Yeah.
And somebody bring one out. Get that one too. I'm gonna about the the concept of soccer. Really the concept of football, like that American football was played with the Native Americans' heads back then, man. Throwing their heads like football. That's where the concept come from.
And look how you holding the baby. Like just they used to split the baby in half. All kind of madness, man.
He about to bash that baby against the stones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which what does it say in Psalms 137?
And get somebody get that go back up to the picture with the dogs. I'll get that in Psalm 79. 79, you can start at 1. Just get that. These scriptures don't lie, man. We'll start at 2 and 3. It's really 2 and 3. 79, 2 and 3.
Got it.
Oh, you got it.
Got it.
You got it. Right?
God, the book of Psalms, chapter 79, verse 2, it says, the dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth.
And what is a dog? A beast. This is what they did, man. They gave him to be meat for the fowls of heaven, meaning the birds, and the beasts of earth, meaning the dogs, man. The dogs, whatever you want to put there. The dogs, the alligators, right? You name it. Scriptures lines up. Go ahead.
Verse 3, it says, their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them.
And you best believe the brother just went to the picture of those different skulls of buffaloes and Native Americans piled up high. Ain't nobody buried them. They left them hanging. You left them up there, for example, for the rest of the Native Americans to basically don't try me, man. The same thing he did with Judah. He left, man. The law and the scripture says when you hang a man, you supposed to bury that man before sundown, or take him down before sundown. These devils leave you up there for weeks and months at a time. All right. Go ahead, Amawai. You can let it roll. Go through it.
It says they took the lives of newborn babies.
That's why they used to cut the woman's stomach open when she was pregnant and they stomped the heads of the babies, man. These are real accounts of these devils, man. What did it say?
It says they snatch young babes from the mother's breast, then dash out the brains of those innocents against the rocks. It says they threw Gadites into pits and left them to perish. They used Gadites to test the strength of their blades. Look at these devils, man, praying to Satan.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, they really were playing to Satan because when they came over here, they knew who they was. They knew who they was dealing with on the left hand side. They was way in the know than the day, man. They was really in the know. Yeah, man. These are real accounts. That's why we call them the motherfucking devil, man. Niggas, only a Satan possessed ass people can do something like that, man, and sleep at night.
Yeah.
These are the same goddamn people, man. The children of them. Somebody hold on deck, Isaiah 14:21. That's why the scripture says what it says, man. Look at that.
They spread devastating diseases.
which are still here to this day, man.
Yeah.
They just renamed, man.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
So smallpox raised the city. They cut off Gadites' hands, which they did this to Judah also. If they didn't pick enough cotton, they just cut their hands off. It says they forced Gadites into slavery and worked them until they perish. Same thing to Judah. Scripture says Judah and Israel were oppressed together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was looking at something today on the news that came up there. Today, on this day, they slaughtered over 300 or 500 Negroes out there in Thibodaux, Louisiana. All right, this for no apparent reason, and a lot of them was nothing more than I think like sharecroppers that was so-called free. Like it was like 138 years ago, man. And they was doing mostly sugar cane. They just slaughtered them for no reason, man.
Mm.
Same thing, right? Go ahead.
Sounds about white. It says they burned them alive in their own homes.
Yeah.
They mutilated their faces. They used skull-crushing spike weapons during battle.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too, just to be in all fairness with the Most High. That was part of the condition in which we went off from the Lord too, man. All right, like our people did go off from the Lord, so the Lord was angry with us when He allowed that to happen. But go ahead, Amawai.
It says they enslaved 2,000 men and burned priests alive in retaliation for 15 European casualties.
Yeah,
No
man.
mercy, man. They tied up a queen and used her for target practice. But they used her for more than that.
They're gonna do a lot of you self-proclaimed queens in this lifetime. The same thing, man.
Yeah.
Jacob Trouble. You self-proclaimed queens, man.
Divestors, swirlers. They're gonna get what they're looking for, man.
Can I add one more to you, Op?
You got it?
It says right here that in 1814, the U.S. government decreed that it would award $50 to $100 for each American Indian skull.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a while. Pull up what they call that damn group? With John Kerry and George Bush a part of it.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones, because that actual skull that the brother talking about. Read that again. What you just read, because that actual skull is Geronimo.
It says in 1814, the U.S. government decreed that it would award $50 to $100 for each American Indian skull surrendered.
Get that one with that red circle on it, and zoom, get it big.
You got another one down here. Yeah. President Bush shown as part of the Skull and Bone Society.
And John Kerry supposed to be in that picture too. All right, and that actual skull that old boy in the middle standing over, that's the real skull of Geronimo, man. You can get a picture of Geronimo too if you can. That was his real skull, and they still have that skull to this day amongst that skull and bone fraternity over there at Yale, man. All right, this is real, man. These are just real accounts, real killings and massacres, man, that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now the day three people get shot or whatever they call that a massacre. No, a massacre is what you devils done to us, man. Done to our brothers. Yeah, there you go. That's the real guy, man. They took his skull and they put it in. Yeah. There you go. Accused of stealing Geronimo. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fucking devil.
Yeah, there you go. That's a real skull of Geronimo, man. So you devils got a lot of blood, a lot of payback on your hands, man. All right? Anybody got anything else? Better get out of here.
Real quick, it mentions too during the gold rush, in California, you could get $5 for a head or a scalp of an Indian from 40s from the 50s and 60s, and their population in California fell from 150,000 to 30,000. That's how much they was getting busy.
And see, a lot of people don't know, you know, those emblems of the New Orleans Saints. It represents slavery. Even at the team out there, right? The San Francisco 49ers, it don't have nothing really to do with the gold rush in 1949. That particular year, that has a lot to do with what this brother going into. All right, it has a lot to do with slavery too. But that's the history of these devils, man. They what they do in baseball, they just started taking and changing the images of the logos. Even that damn devil down there in Washington.
Yeah, football. Yeah.
Washington football team. He did not want to take the Redskins logo off those lot. Man.
No.
All right. So
Because he knows what it represents.
What you said?
Because he knows what it represents.
Right. And every year, every other year, what they had, the biggest game of the year on Thanksgiving be what? The Cowboys versus the Redskins.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch?
Mm-hmm.
They put it in your face, man. They put it dead in your face. How they feel about you and who they are. They still the same people.
Yeah, they throw you around for 3 hours. That skin, you know, of our people, man. The pig skin.
Right. You niggas go finish the game off by getting a turkey leg and eating it, man, on camera.
Man, this man is terrible, bro.
All while he getting ratings and making big money off your ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody got any other scriptures? About to get out of here.
Real quick. We open with Ezekiel 35, verse 5 and 6. This is the 15th verse. It says, "And thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate," which is what they're doing. "So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai."
Hey, so you hear that? The same thing you did to us. All right, the Lord gonna do to you, man. He's gonna make you most desolate. All right, we're gonna pass you around. Right, we're gonna do those same pictures that the brother put up here of the images of the slaughter of our brothers, the Native Americans. Well, in the kingdom of heaven, all right, which is gonna be on earth, we're gonna do it to you. The Native Americans gonna have a chance to do it to you, man. All right, the scripture tell you we're gonna put you on ships and sell you around the world. Man. All right, we're gonna do you, devil. Man. We're gonna get you, sucker, for real. Get you, man. Like I said, I get real. Hey, man, I don't know if you brothers ever. You get that hair raising feel that your eyes get watery, man. You wanna get on a motherfucker's ass, man. Every time I talk about this type of stuff, man, and look at the images, man, you really want to get these devils, man. You know. Hey, but with that, man, you brothers out there, you understand. You need to go understand each tribe, understand what they've been through. All right, understand what Esau done to him, man. All right. And like I say, bring out the information. All right, because we coming up on this wicked ass day tomorrow. We got to deal with these niggas, man. Go, family members and shit. They just in the loop. They don't even know what the hell going on. But anyway, until next time, we're gonna say shalom. And how about Sean brought a thumb to you? We're brothers out there sincere. Double honor to the apostles of GMS, man. Once again, the elder apostles who rule well and teach well, man. Till next time, shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.